August 30th, 1977, North London, a quiet council house on Green Street. Inside, a single mother named Peggy Hodgson is putting her 4 children to bed. Her daughters, 11-year-old Janet and 13-year-old Margaret, share a room. Peggy hears them giggling. She yells from downstairs, "Go to sleep." The house goes silent. Then suddenly, a crash, a loud, violent crash. Peggy runs upstairs. She opens the bedroom door. Her daughters are sitting up in bed. Their faces are white. Their eyes are wide with terror. Janet whispers, "Mom, the beds are shaking." Peggy looks around. Nothing is moving. She tells them to stop being silly. She goes back downstairs. August 31st, 1977, the next night. Peggy is sitting in the living room. It's around 9:30 p.m. Suddenly, another crash, louder this time. She runs upstairs again. She opens the door, and she freezes. There's a heavy wooden chest of drawers in the corner slowly sliding across the floor toward the door. Peggy pushes it back. She pushes with all her strength. The chest moves back, but as soon as she lets go, it starts moving again, toward her this time. She can't stop it. She tries a third time. The chest doesn't budge. It's like an invisible giant is holding it in place. Peggy grabs the children and runs next door to her neighbor, Vic Nottingham. Vic is a big man, a builder, strong. He comes back to the house. He hears knocking on the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor. He searches everywhere. There's no one there. Vic looks at Peggy and says, "I don't know what to do." They call the police. A policewoman arrives. Her name is Carolyn Heaps. She walks into the children's bedroom. She stands in the middle of the room, and then she sees it. A large armchair lifts off the floor about half an inch, slides across the room, and stops. She checks for wires, for magnets, for anything. There's nothing. Later, she signs an official affidavit. Under oath, she swears she saw a chair move by itself. But the police leave. They say, "This is not a crime scene. We can't arrest a ghost." Now the family is alone again, and things get worse. The Hodgsons call the Daily Mirror newspaper. A photographer named Graham Morris is sent to the house. Graham thinks it's a prank. He arrives with his camera. The family brings the children into the room one by one. First the boys. Nothing happens. Then Margaret. Nothing. Then Janet. The moment 11-year-old Janet walks into the room, chaos. Lego bricks start flying through the air. Marbles whiz across the room. One Lego brick hits Graham Morris right above his eye. He's standing in the corner. He can see everyone. No one is throwing anything. The children are scared. The children are scared. The mother is crying, but objects are flying. Graham later says, "It was like watching a cricket ball coming at you." There was no one behind it. He sets up his camera on a tripod. He goes to another room. He uses a remote trigger to take photos. One night, he takes a photo that shocks the world. Janet is in midair, above her bed, several feet off the ground. Her arms are spread. Her brother and sister are behind her, screaming. That photo exists today. You can Google it. The Enfield Poltergeist levitation photo. But the most terrifying thing hasn't happened yet. The voice. The knocking starts first. On the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor. Knock, knock, knock. 3 knocks for yes. 1 knock for no. The investigators ask questions. Are you a person? 3 knocks. Yes. Did you die in this house? 3 knocks. Yes. Are you a man? 3 knocks. Then, one day, Janet opens her mouth, and a deep, gruff voice comes out. Not Janet's voice, an old man's voice, raspy, angry. The voice says, "My name is Bill Wilkins. I died in this house. Just before I died, I went blind. Then I had a hemorrhage, and I died in a chair in the corner downstairs." The investigators contact Bill's son. He confirms everything. His father did go blind. His father did have a hemorrhage. His father did die in a chair in the downstairs corner. How could an 11-year-old girl know these details? The voice can still be heard today on old tape recordings. They tried taping Janet's mouth shut. The voice still came out. They filled her mouth with water. The voice still came out. Janet later said, "It felt like something was behind me all the time." For 18 months, the haunting continues. More than 30 people witnessed the events. Neighbors, journalists, police officers, a local school crossing guard. They all see the same things. Furniture move, objects flying, Janet levitating, an iron fireplace ripped from the wall by an invisible force. A curtain wrapped around Janet's neck, strangling her. Her mother had to tear it off with all her strength. Janet later said, "I thought I was going to die." The BBC sends a crew. Their tape recorders stop working. The metal parts inside are found twisted and bent. The recordings are erased. By nothing, by no one. 2 paranormal investigators from the Society for Psychical Research arrive. Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair. They spend 18 months in the house. They record over 180 hours of audio. They take hundreds of photos. Maurice picks up marbles that have just been thrown across the room. They are hot. He says, heat is always associated with poltergeist activity. One night, Maurice asks the voice a question. "Are you having a game with me?" A cardboard box and a pillow fly across the room and hit him in the face. Guy Playfair later writes a book called "This House is Haunted." He says, "Something was there, I don't know what, but something was there." But here's the twist. Skeptics arrive. Anita Gregory from the SPR. She catches Janet bending spoons. She sees the girl faking some of the noises. Janet admits it. She says, "Sometimes we faked things, maybe 2% of it, just to see if they would catch us." The skeptics say, "See, it's all a hoax." The believers say, "What about the 98%? What about the chair that flew when the policewoman was watching? What about the voice that knew how Bill Wilkins died?" The debate continues to this day. Janet Hodgson is now an adult. She rarely gives interviews, but when she does, she says the same thing. "I know what I experienced. I know it was real. It follows me. It has never left me." Her brother Johnny was bullied at school. They called him the freak boy from the ghost house. People spat on him in the street. Janet was called Ghost Girl. She spent time in a psychiatric hospital. Doctors put electrodes on her head. They found nothing wrong. No epilepsy, no mental illness, nothing. She says, "The levitation was scary. You never knew where you were going to land. The curtain around my neck. I was screaming. I thought I was going to die." Peggy Hodgson, the mother, never moved out of that house. She lived there until she died in 2003. Cancer. After she died, another family moved in. They lasted 2 months. They said they heard footsteps. They saw shadows. They felt something watching them. They left. The house on Green Street is still there today. It looks like any other house on the street. But people who live nearby say, late at night, sometimes, you can still hear the knocking. Knock, knock, knock. 3 knocks, coming from inside, from a room where no one lives, from a voice that belongs to no one alive. So what do you believe? Was it a hoax? 2 girls playing tricks on the world? Or was it something else? Something we don't understand. Something that lives between life and death. The Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most documented paranormal cases in history. Over 30 witnesses, police affidavits, tape recordings, photographs, and a little girl who said, "It felt like something was behind me all the time." Maybe it still is. Maybe, somewhere, Bill Wilkins is still sitting in his chair, in the corner downstairs, waiting, listening, knocking. Knock, knock, knock.